Can you please introduce yourself?
I'm Simone.
Yeah.
I'm a volunteer here from Denmark, and I will be staying for 1 month.
So when did you come here?
I came 2 weeks ago.
Okay, so you already stayed 2 weeks here. Means you have enough experience. Whatever circumstance change in you. So before coming to here and after coming here, what did you feel? Like, what is the difference in you?
I think right before coming here, like the biggest difference I've noticed has been like of tempo.
Yeah.
That here it is not. It's like less hectic and less busy, and I know like a lot of the monks are still busy and monastics are still busy, but like the whole atmosphere here is more relaxed and more patient than where I come from, because I study, so it's a lot of deadlines and exams and a lot of stress. So I think that's the biggest difference I have noticed, that here you can actually like slow down and be able to breathe.
So can I say another way that before coming here, your life is full of stress because you're young, enthusiastic, and having a lot of educational pressures like courses, semesters, and credits have to be completed.
Yeah.
Exams have to be done. So you come here for getting a little bit breath, comfort, your mind, your soul.
Yeah, I think that was not necessarily the purpose for coming here, but that was one of the effects I have felt from coming here.
Basically, that's what I was talking about. Okay, the effects coming here and before here. So, where did you got introduced about Fukongsan? Where you heard this name?
Well, I'm going to study here in Taiwan for 6 months.
Okay.
So I wanted to find some volunteer thing before the semester starts. So there is a web page called Workaway, where different volunteer projects have profiles, and Fukongsan has a profile on that website. So I contacted them and asked if I could join as a volunteer, and then they said yes, and I could come here.
Okay, so you come through a website introduction.
Yeah.
It is your pre-education volunteer work in Taiwan.
Yeah.
Okay. So, do you also learn Chinese?
Yeah, I learned some 3 years ago, which I have forgotten. But when the semester starts at university, I will also have a Chinese course or a Mandarin course.
So your language learning is going to, did staying in Fukongsan help you for some language learning? Like if you're staying here, so while volunteering your work, you can meet a lot of Taiwanese local and a lot of Taiwanese coming from all over the world.
Yeah, definitely.
So does this improve your language? Get more introduction?
Yeah, I think it definitely. The people here are also very nice to help me understand, or if they speak English, we can do it in English, or if they only speak Mandarin, then they really try to make me understand and try to explain things, so to be sure that I understand. But they're really sweet, and I know I learned a lot of words here, so yeah, it also helps with language.
So staying in Fukongsan, how it helped you? Like volunteer work, like volunteering here, does it help you in any way, like improvement of yourself, or maybe you got to learn here something which is going to use in your life, in your daily life, or if when you go back to your home, so it is going to use in your, like if you have working somewhere, so the skills, whatever you learn here, you're going to use in your personal life or maybe in your professional life.
I think from this is a little bit different than other volunteering jobs I've had, because then it was more like a professional skill I learned, and also got to learn a lot of people, of course. But here I think it's more personal skills I learn, both from the books I read and from the conversations I've had with the venerables here. That it's more, I learn more about like humanistic Buddhism, and like what I will use is not necessarily professional skills, because the work here is mostly cleaning or helping out, which I won't be a cleaner as a professional cleaner. Right. So it's more like what I learned from our conversations, or what I learned from the books, and what I learned about humanistic Buddhism I can use in my personal life.
Okay, so you use the word humanistic Buddhism. So what did you understand about this word, this term, humanistic Buddhism?
Well, before I've learned a lot about Buddhism in general without the humanistic aspect. So it was only when I got here and I read one of the great the master's books that I was sort of introduced to what humanistic Buddhism is in comparison to the Buddhism you learn about in school.
Okay. So what makes the difference about Fokong-san with the other organization? Because in all over the world there are a lot of Buddhism organizations are there.
Mm-hmm.
So Fokong-san, the idea of the basic goal is humanistic Buddhism. Like Buddhism nowadays having a lot of sects inside. So Fokong-san, they have their own sect. It's called humanistic Buddhism.
Mm-hmm.
So humanistic Buddhism is basically focused on the human convenience and their development. It's called Human Development Index. So Fokong-san basic motive is to develop the human. So here all the programs, whatever you see, is basically focused on the development of humans. So you come here, so what you feel, what you got developed inside you in a humanistic way, humanistic Buddhism, how did the motive of the Fokong-san helped you, or maybe you got some inspired, like get some humanistic part of the Buddhism got developed in you, like if you're going, you learn here like helping to the poor people or helping to people who are like not good, if like some got ill, if some national disaster struck somewhere, so you are going to volunteer in that work because that is the part of humanistic help. So this type of things did you learn here, or did you got inspired in future if something happens maybe in your own country or maybe some other part of the world, something got natural calamity disaster, so are you going to volunteer work for that?
Yes, I would love to, but I would also have done that if I hadn't come here. But I think more what I've learned here is like in terms of compassion, or in terms of respect for other beings and other humans, and to be more compassionate and more understanding towards others.
Okay. So like you stayed here, I wish, or maybe I hope in future if you're going to stay in Taiwan, you're going to come here again and again. Maybe whenever you got empty enough time or leisure time, you come here for volunteer work. I hope so. And Fokong-san also welcoming you for that. So Fokong-san is giving you compassion, a lot of your personal development skills. So in future, what you want to give to Fokong-san in return?
As much as I can. I don't know if my skills will be of any use.
Like I just give an example. Like in future, hope you are going to become a doctor. Suppose you are going to become any surgeon or doctor. So like in a year, maybe for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you come and volunteer here for like all the monks, for getting them like treatment, or maybe if Fokong-san is organizing some volunteer work in some other places. They have a lot of places in all over the world. So in a year, maybe 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you aspire extra to come and volunteer for them as a doctor. Or maybe if you are a civil engineer, you know how to build buildings. So Fokong-san have a lot of ministry all over the world. So you can come, maybe in your country, you can come and help them. Okay, I am a civil engineer, I know how to build buildings, so I can design it for you and I can help you in whatever possible way. If you are an IT engineer, so Fokong-san having a very good IT team. So you can come here for 2 and 3 weeks and help them to develop their IT, or maybe any new changes that they want, you can help them. So this is like voluntary work for 2-3 weeks in future. So are you hoping for that or wishing for that?
Yeah, like if my skills can be of any use, then I would love to.
Okay. Okay, thanks for the interview. Okay, thanks. And this is the interview is the part of Shecheming Tafasher for a volunteer work of Nanhua University. Thanks.